dark days call for crimson nights, so when the sun sets, the crimson moon rises.
What is up, Crimson Knights? CrimsonMune back for back-to-back streams of Horizon Forbidden West. Excited to be with you here tonight. We are coming into the final chapters of Horizon Forbidden West. So tonight we're going to be getting into the Gemini mission, and depending on how long that is, we might even make it to the interlude mission, All That Remains, that comes right after this. And then it's really just two more main story missions until this game is complete. So we may finish it on Wednesday, but more likely finish this game maybe on Friday night. So very much looking forward to that. Thank you guys for being here early. And as always, the video likes and subscribe to the channel, much appreciated. Really appreciate that. You guys can see down below that we are now sitting at 927 subs on the channel, and hopefully that number continues to rise. I'd love to see it hit 1,000, maybe by the end of August, the end of the summer. We'll see. One sub at a time, though. All right, now here's something fun that I just made that I kind of want to try out. New little idea, new little wrinkle. Okay. Now, I have a giant stash of G Fuel. I mean, I have like 70 plus tubs of G Fuel. And if you guys can even check out my current stash by clicking on that link. But I have a ton of G Fuel, and it's tough sometimes to really pick which one to drink each night. I feel like I get stuck in ruts. So what I've done here is I filled up this G Fuel shaker, this Moon Knight G Fuel shaker. It's just got some nice cold water in it. And what I did is I created a spin wheel, okay, that has all like 78 of my flavors in this spin wheel right here, right here. Okay, so I've got 78 G Fuel flavors that I own in this spin wheel. There are so many flavors that you can't even read them all. Crimson Pup is coming in. Probably gonna pull down the green screen. Pretty high chance of it tonight. He's just getting in. No bite. Getting into everything here. Can you lay down? Alright, so right here in this spin wheel, I have all 78 of my G Fuel flavors, and there are so many flavors that you literally can't even see, like, the names of the flavors. Just trust me, they're all in there. Might have to put this dog in a crate. So what we're gonna do is now he's got a squeaky toy. Okay, chili dogs is not in here though, because I only have one serving of that, and I'm saving it for when we hit 1,000 subs. Am I gonna have to tell you that every time, dog pull? Dog pull! Every time? How's it going, dog pull? Good to see you though. Welcome, welcome. So what we're gonna do is, instead of me asking you guys tonight, I'm gonna spin this wheel and let's see what the spin wheel tells us, okay? And there's maybe a couple caveats in all this. We'll see if that's even relevant, because I've got some flavors that are expired, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's try this out. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel, see what G Fuel flavor we're drinking tonight. French vanilla iced coffee. All right. That's literally the last one that you guys chose. Okay, so I feel like we got to do a different one. I'm gonna respin. Okay, maybe I should make the... Yeah, I don't know, whatever. All right, let's spin again. This is the one that you guys just chose. So let's spin it again. Hype sauce. The winner is hype sauce tonight. By the way, could you guys hear the spinner? Let me know, Dogpool, if you could hear the spinner when I spun it. Let me get hype sauce and we'll load that up. So, hype sauce is a raspberry lemonade flavor. It's really good. It's really good. Whatever. I'm not sponsored by G Fuel. Honestly, probably never will be. Not even sure if I want to be. But I have a ton of it, and it is good. I'll give it that. I like this stuff. So we gotta drink it. So let's drink some G Fuel. Get some hype sauce going. And power us through our Horizon Forbidden West stream tonight. $140 milligrams of sugar. I mean, not of sugar, of caffeine. Here's some hype sauce. Cheers, guys. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty funny that we rolled, French vanilla iced coffee on the first one, and that's literally the last one that you guys chose for me. What are the odds? All right. Put the spinner away. And let's switch over to Horizon Forbidden Dawn. Horizon Forbidden West. Gosh, it's not Forbidden Dawn, it's Forbidden West. Of course. Thank you guys for liking the video. Thanks for being here. All right. So, what we just did is that we did a little side mission. And we got ourselves some experience so that we leveled up to level 30, all right? And we kind of upgraded our gear, upgraded our skills. We're ready to go. We've got the main story quest, Gemini, loaded up. It says, with Omega clearance secured, Gaia should be able to subdue and capture Hephaestus at Cauldron Gemini. Aloy must prepare for the mission. All right, so we got to go to Cauldron Gemini, but to prepare for the mission, we got to go all the way up to our base. And we can use this to fast travel over there. Return to the base. All right, so it seems like this campfire might actually be closer. Go to this campfire. Why haven't we been going to this one, guys? Dogpool, you said you clipped me? Uh-oh. What's the clip? What's the damage? Chili dogs. Let me look at this clip. Oh gosh. See, these are the things you make me do, Dogpool. It's your fault, dude. By the way, if you join the Discord, there is a channel for Crimson Clips. If you've got a good clip from the stream you want to share with everybody, you can use the clip feature right below the video and just post the link in the Crimson Clips channel.
Alana came through a little while ago. She headed for that Oseron camp you two were looking for, to the southwest.
Alright, so we just finished up a major mission, so what's gonna happen now is we have to basically talk to everybody.
Help yourself.
Get all of our lore, get all the story stuff that's going on in our base here.
It's hiding in this little file.
And then we'll be able to kind of proceed with the fighting part of the mission tonight. But let's talk to Alva. She just joined our base after the last mission.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And
who, in the
more
last mission,
ancestors out
got
there.
crushed by a
Return
statue
from
of
beyond
his
the stars.
clone
Of course,
father.
they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
All right, we gotta talk to her about all the things, so here we go. Dogpool said, did you see the stuff I put in the Discord about ABK and the other companies? I saw that you posted something, but it seemed like I guess it was a picture. Like, this is just about the Amazon, or about the Blizzard game. Other companies were asked about their input on Microsoft buying Blizzard. What was kind of your, like, takeaway from that, Dogpool? Seems like there's a lot there, but I was curious, like, what your takeaway was. What stood out to you from that?
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that
Yeah,
you
literally
are
I
the
have
same
like
person
6 friends.
at all.
One of them is
I
a
mean,
clone
you are,
of
as
me.
in, you're both genetically
Not of me,
Sobek, but
clone
even
of the
so,
same thing
you're
as
different.
me.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
Dogpool said it sounded like Sony was scared. It's a pretty major purchase if it actually goes through. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely exclusives. I mean, exclusives make a lot of sense. Like, you want to have exclusives to incentivize people to buy your console, to stay on your system, to be in your ecosystem. So exclusives make sense. But in some ways, exclusives are also kind of sad, because then it's like, man, you really have to, you know, gotta pick a console, and you're gonna miss out on some segments of games from certain publishers, certain IPs, whatever. Just because of the console you choose, and unless you get them all, but like, that's expensive. It costs a lot of money to buy multiple consoles. That's a lot.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Those mean overseers.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But
They capitalize
I was
forbidden.
sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
If you're just joining, we are doing some of the preliminary conversations, getting some background, getting some info before we jump into this Gemini mission, which is one of the final missions in the game. So we're coming into the closing chapters, the closing missions of Horizon Forbidden West.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
Okay, so if you're not familiar, the Zeniths are actually original Earthlings who are now like 1,000 years old. They use gene therapy technology to extend their lifetimes. They left Earth, which was being destroyed by machines, went all the way out to the Sirius system, and then came back, and they're trying to wipe out Earth and kind of restart it for their own, just to be like their own place without any other life forms there. So we're trying to defeat these original Earthlings to stop them from wiping out Earth again. And that's kind of our main objective in this game, because they are the main enemy. They're actually the ones who planted the signal, the virus, to make the Gaia system start destroying Earth. So that's kind of the premise of the game.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
Crimson Pup is right here. Dogpool said, so you're all new humans, is that it? Yeah, so basically what happened is the original, the final true Earthlings, the final true humans created this Gaia system that was supposed to keep trying to, after everything was wiped out, everything killed by machines, the Gaia system was supposed to try to terraform the Earth and restart the Earth. And it has, you know, all the different aspects like terraforming, plants, wildlife, and of course humans, knowledge, all these different things that would be needed to restart the world. And it kept getting iterations until it got things right. And eventually it created, you know, after 1,000 years, it finally created this iteration of humanity and the world. And so yes, we are all clones of original humans from 1,000 years ago. But the Zeniths are actually 1,000-year-old humans from the very end of that age, and they're coming back trying to reclaim Earth for themselves and actually wipe out all of the clone, you know, children on the Earth. So pretty messed up. They destroyed Earth once and then abandoned it, then came back and they're basically trying to destroy it again. Like, so messed up.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment
I don't think
of
the Emperor is going to be too happy that his nephew
It
died.
may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
Yeah, so they lived for 1,000 years because, kind of in the last 20, we'll say, well, actually, no, I think it was even more than that, or less than that, rather. Basically, like, in the final years of Earth, as the machines were really exterminating the last of the humans, they just made extreme technological advances because humanity was fully focused on trying to save itself. And so one of the things that obviously they were able to do was really far space travel. They were able to figure that out, but they were also able to figure out like cryogenics, basically like messing with their genes, mutations, blah blah blah, to make it so that basically their cells would keep renewing themselves so that they really would live forever. They wouldn't die from natural causes. You can still be killed, but your body's not going to just like kind of break down and decay in 70 years or something like that. So that's how they lived for 1,000 years.
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
She's very political, the way that she talks. Also, I have to say, I'm glad that we changed our face paint up because I look so much more normal in these cutscenes now. I don't know. I mean, the face paint we had before was cool, but it was a bit much for a lot of these cutscenes, honestly.
You mentioned the reason you came here was
This is a little
to
more
help
subtle.
Your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud.
The divination
Brought
exams.
honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Good. Alright, we already did this one, but it's still highlighted, so I want to see
You
why.
said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
Oh my gosh, he would shoot people.
Great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
Is it though? I guess. Dogpool said, so you want to be the new dictator of the new world? Sounds on brand for you. Yeah, dude. Isn't that the point of every good open world game? That you kind of conquer the whole thing and come out on top? It's pretty much every open world game.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
I hope Bohai is better.
Execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Crimson Pup is
Yep,
really being a
sounds about
busybody
right.
here. Alright, so I think we did all of her
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
conversations.
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
This girl has a very assistant aura to her. She's like, I just want to help you succeed. Whatever you need, just let me know. Alright. Let's talk to Zoe, see what she's got going on here.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alva.
Okay. Companions?
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Oh yeah, there's another
Yes.
person, Talana.
The Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids. But Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Will do.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it
Wrestled
metal
machines.
versus meat. A must-see battle between
Yeah,
steel
metal
and
versus
flesh,
meat.
as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Read
How's your
anything
training?
interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them.
I'm gonna
That
be
and
honest.
some sort of scented
Don't really like
wax they
tea
use
that
to
much.
Cleanse their aura.
I'll drink it sometimes,
Plus something called
but I'm much more
bubble
a coffee
baths.
person.
Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
All right, I think that's all
I
we
need
got
to
for
get
her
going.
right now.
Right.
We do have a little side
retrieved
mission
the
we could be
Omega
doing for
clearance.
her, but we don't
That
have
means we'll be
anything
going
else.
after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go after Hephaestus soon. Excited. All right, let's talk to Varl, see what he's got.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
I guess we're
Our new
all
Gwen
going
friend?
to Cauldron Gemini.
The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you. I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I
Okay.
thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I bet you were
Zoe liked
planting
it.
seeds.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
How about the
Now that I have
Zeniths? What do you
Omega
know about
clearance,
that?
We can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunder jaws.
Better them than us, for once.
I feel like we're gonna
I
do
should
this
go get
whole
this together.
plan,
Of course.
and they're just gonna like
Let
destroy
us know when
the.
we're needed.
They're just gonna destroy the machines easily, you know? After all that.
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tanakh rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Thank you guys for liking the video. We're wrapping up a conversation with our companions to kind of get the rest of the lore and updates in our base before we continue with the Gemini mission. Again, heading into the final main story missions, the final chapters of Horizon Forbidden West.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
So Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errant.
What he means is he's been drinking a lot in preparation. All right, the rebels and the Oseram.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus.
The Sons
It
of
looks like
Prometheus.
they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Carja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Carja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chainscrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that.
Crimson Pup is like sitting behind me, just chewing my chair, scratching his collar.
I should get going.
As
Pup.
soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Yeesh. Come on, Crimson Pup. He is huge now, though. The dog is getting so big. Alright, so... let's just check around, see if there's anything in our base. Any other updates in our base before we go to Gaia. Probably not. Here's a bench. Let's make sure we're all up. Ooh, pouch upgrades. Okay. What do we got? See, I killed some foxes, and now we can get our spike holster up, which is actually great. Spikes are pretty limited. All right. So that's all the upgrades we can do here. You want me to try to hold the Crimson Pup up? I actually really can't even hold him up because he's huge. When he's done chewing on his toy, I don't want to interrupt him because he has like kind of a chew toy with a little treat inside of it, and he's working on that right now. But when he's done, I will pick him up. I'll try to show him to you. I mean, I'll only be able to show you like his head because, again, he is large.
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
All right, so we can open a new door in our base here. Let's see
That's
what's in
some
here.
kind of maintenance space.
Look, so now we can do this. Dogpool wants to see the other Crimson Dog.
I wonder where this leads.
Not that way. Open the vent. Boom.
Power cells? Huh.
Okay. There's some power cells. We might as well pick it up. Carry it around here. See where we go with this, maybe? Wait, is there a place for me to put this over here? Oh, I can just search this valuables box, but where do I put... oh, right here. Duh.
That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Okay, now I'm a little turned around. What's going on here? I wonder, there's got to be like another place where a power cell is like needed or something, huh? I think there's 2 power cells, right? Let's go check. Dogpool says, my dog doesn't want to be picked up. She hates it. She will not move. Look at you when she will not move or look at you when she's being held. I don't think my dog's gonna like it much either, but he doesn't have a choice. Alright. I don't know. I feel like there's more to this little puzzle here, but we just gotta remember, if we find a place that needs a power cell, that we do have another one. Funny.
The matriarchs would cry.
Alright, looks like maybe there's someone else to talk to? Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. But before we talk to him, there's also this vent, so let's just go look in here real quick. Because maybe this is a place that needs a power cell or something? Maybe not.
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Oh,
There's
okay.
Gwen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
Do a little data pad here, I think. Common language. Ever since the expedition landed and we encountered barbarians, sorry Tanakh, a question has been gnawing at me. Given the massive distance between here and the Great Delta, how is it possible that we all speak the same language? I mean, Legacy tells us that the ancestor had many languages. How did it all get reduced to one? For questions like these, it's handy to have a friendly super intelligence around. I love Gaia. She's so nice and patient, even when I can't stop talking and bombard her with overlapping queries. And while she can't explain everything, I ask her for this one, she had the answer. Apparently, Zero Dawn system was designed to release people into the world as young adults after being educated via the Apollo database. I sure wish I could have gone to that school. Language instruction was supposed to be a big part of the coursework. Students were to be encouraged to learn many languages, thus keeping alive the vibrant linguistics of the old world. But when Ten Pharaoh erased Apollo, he makes me so mad, Zero Dawn reverted to its default language, English. And that's all the kids in the cradle facilities ever got. So our ancestors, I mean our tribal ones, not the legacy ones, all started with the same speech and never got to learn any more. Mystery solved. Yet another rotten, completely unfair thing that shithead, beg my pardon, did to the world. Alva. Can you imagine, like, dude literally deleted... he deleted all languages except for English. Oh, this is cool. Look, you can actually see your progress right here. I like that. Literally deleted every language except for English. What a white guy thing to do, am I right? Alright, let's talk to
Aloy.
Katalo.
We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Oh yeah, he wanted to, like, get a prosthetic arm or
I
something.
heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Briefly. A bold woman going into Tanakh territory with that Karja armor of hers. She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just Looking for someone who might need her help.
Whoever it is, they better be worth dying for.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will
Is she,
take
though?
your word for it.
I feel like she got downed in most of the fights we were in.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Yes, it does.
I have to go now.
Then do not let me keep you.
All right. So now we've actually talked to everybody. I think we also pretty much explored the whole base, if I'm not mistaken. So now let's go to Gaia and really move forward in this mission here.
Welcome back.
Thank you. First, let's go over here, though. We can connect these drone modules.
There. Let's see what we got.
All right, so survey drone Thornmarsh connected. And then survey drone Isle of Spires connected. All right, let's do Isle of Spires. I like that place. I mean, it's San Francisco, actually, but it's a cool site. Let's connect to the drone.
Good choice.
There we go. That's really cool. Why isn't the drone moving? The only thing I'm confused about. All right, let's meet with Gaia in San Francisco.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something
Where'd the
go wrong with
background
radio
go?
and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
Longer?
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take
35 hours? That's how long we've been playing this
Power
game.
increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
I don't have 35 more hours.
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Oh, okay, so that's even better than double.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini.
But I still don't want to
Do you
sit around
think you
waiting
can
for
convince her?
a 4.5 hour
I don't know,
download.
but I'll try.
What about our diversion?
How many
Are the pulse
gigabytes are we
generators ready?
talking?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to
Are
other
we on
Cauldron
dial-up or something? I mean,
pulses will
what's going on here, Gaia?
activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
What's going on, Beta? I guess my name's Aloy, which is kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm not really the alpha, though. Because the real alpha would be Elizabeth Sobek, the one that we're a clone of.
Aloy,
What's over here? Is this room? Okay.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go.
She's lame.
What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
Honestly, then you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
The only way we can end the risk of that happening is by stopping the Zeniths for good. And in order to do that, we have to get Hephaestus. The Zeniths are a threat to everyone, Beta, not just you. So find your courage. That's easy for you to say. You still have no idea what they're capable of. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Oh my gosh, this girl's like a teenage drama queen. You don't understand.
You're right. I don't understand.
I literally
We
do
have the
though
same
because
genes,
I
the same
am
mind,
you.
the same heart.
I am a clone.
So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I looked
Really
through all the
cool
data
armor
from your
for
focus.
one.
You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
What's her defect, chat? Any ideas?
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way.
Aw, so she actually did kind of have a dad, and this other clone didn't. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad for her. Shouldn't have given her a hard time.
Having the strength, that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Aw, just two clone sisters sitting next to each other.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You're right. I'll only be safe from them when we succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand?
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I understand. Loud and clear, don't
Promise?
worry.
I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
All right, now that we got through that counseling session.
Ready, come speak to me, and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
With my clone sister. All right, now we got to talk to people
And dirt.
again?
Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in.
All right.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catallo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
He doesn't remember.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
Ah, it wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend.
Aw.
I'm...
I hope Aaron doesn't die, though.
Okay.
Hope he doesn't have to sacrifice
Gotta get
himself.
emotional.
What do you guys think? Do you think all of our companions are going to make it all the way through?
I should
Or
go.
do you think we're going to lose somebody?
Same here. I
in
got a
these
date with
final
a cauldron
battles
to
here.
Prepare for.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catallo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
Dogpool thinks we'll lose some.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora, spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl.
All right.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me, at least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Right. You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
He
I'm glad you're
raised the
coming with me.
chosen one. He
Sure
didn't
there's
even
no
know
urge
that
to
she was the
run off
chosen
alone
one.
in there somewhere?
No more running.
All right, couple more conversations to have still. A lot of
Hey,
talking, I know,
We'll
but
be going after Hephaestus
I
soon.
hope you guys appreciate the
with the plan?
story in this game
I've
because it
already got
really
the
is
location of my
excellent,
assigned cauldron.
and I love the way that they fill the world out.
I
The
heard
voice
the
acting's
invader had it.
excellent.
Talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
Everyone's talking about us like fighting, but I didn't really feel like we yelled that much in that conversation.
You look like you have something on
I'm
your
not
mind.
really sure.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because he sounds like me, not the other way around.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
All right. Like, maybe Alva has a little side mission for us?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
Sure. What is it?
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My
Leviathan.
people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another
course
Pharaoh
it is.
facility?
No, Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where exactly.
Of course it doesn't.
But
That'd be too
one of our
easy.
diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. Where do you think that the Quen are actually from? Let's find out. Yeah, it seems like some of the guesses are like Shanghai or something like that. somewhere across the Pacific. I was just curious because the Great Delta. I don't know. Kind of interesting. All right, let's continue talking,
Have you
Mel.
spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. So seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You are an
You should ask
awkward
Zoe to
person,
teach you
Alva.
sometime about Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show
This
up.
person, Alva,
What
reminds
kind
me
of
of somebody I
advice?
know in real life. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Not that you guys would know who it is, but
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
reminds me of somebody I
Any more
know.
data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
Could be.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me is curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors'
See, there you go.
lifespans.
She was
But
extending
my
their
curiosity
lifespans.
fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
New side quest, Forbidden Legacy. Alright, let's find Gallo, right? Here he is.
Interest. Aloy.
Oh, Catalo,
well?
sorry. Not
Had a
Regalo.
bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him,
Did he ever get over it?
It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
but not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that. You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. Think you're ready to put all your training to
Pretty
the
good
test?
words to live by.
I'm to Noct. I am always ready.
I should go get
If I
ready.
live, it will be in
I await your
victory. If I
orders.
die, it will be in battle. I like that. Alright, so once again, we've talked to all of our companions. Let's go back to Gaia now. Got a lot of lore and everything. I kind of want to go to the other cauldrons too, though. Like, we're going to the Gemini cauldron, but I haven't gone to any cauldrons yet.
Hello, Aloy.
Hello.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, 2 heads are better than 1, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini?
Let's do
Or we
it.
can continue our conversation, if you like.
Oh, man, you have, more things to say, huh? Alright, we don't need to ask about those, because we've already done that. Questions about Zenith, we've already done. Actually,
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric,
Gerard,
Tilda,
Eric,
Verbena.
Tilda, and Verbena.
Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. I think Elizabeth knew one of them. Tilda. Did she ever mention her to you?
No. Elizabeth often spoke
One of
her
these
work,
Zeniths we might be able to
told
turn to
stories
our
of the
side, I
mother of her
think.
childhood. If she knew this Tilda, she did not disclose it with me. What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
So, about Beta.
I feel like
never really
Beta's
saw
gonna
the difference
die.
between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have
She's gonna
both
die,
endured
but finally
many
feel like she's not
hardships.
alone.
Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as 2 miracles.
My armor keeps glitching,
Born
that
of
like left
Elizabeth
shoulder
Silver.
pad keeps glitching.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that. When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
All right. Oh, no. Plan to capture
So our
Hephaestus.
plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Correct. While
The
you were
Alpha
gone,
and the
Beta
Omega.
constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How are we gonna manually
How long will
remove
that
that?
take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
All right. About the old world. Old world discoveries.
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given
Why
the
would he
tribal
think
nature
that
of
if
new
he,
humans and
literally
his ability to
deleted
use
all the
Omega
knowledge that was
clearance on
needed to
terraforming
guide the future
system?
humans?
I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen.
He wanted to be worshipped as a god.
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
That'd
So
be a
what will
rough
happen
way to
this
go.
place?
Locked into a
Or
bunker
Gemini?
that has no
All
power,
systems
no
within this
systems.
facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection.
Oh, our
Though
base is
without
probably
my
going to get
presence,
destroyed.
It is unlikely to attract
Oh, okay.
attention.
Maybe not.
Let's hope so.
Since Gaia won't be here, maybe no one will attack it.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. Did all that she could. Thanks, Gaia.
Thanks, Gaia. All right, I think that's everything, so let's do it. Let's go to Gemini. Here we go.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Time to head out, people. Let's do it. They're breaking up, going to different cauldrons to act as distractions. All right, we're there. I guess this is installing
Connections in
Gaia.
place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's
blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well. Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Radio silence.
Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
This is Hephaestus. Oh no, countermeasures.
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go. Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
Of course it's got malware.
It's cracked.
Look!
Okay.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come!
Here we go, guys. Time to protect Gaia. Cauldron Gemini. A behemoth.
Stay back!
Oh, shoot.
Get back!
Eloy, help!
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Over here, you!
We need to get this, behemoth out of here, I think. Okay, that is painful. Alright, let's hit it with one of these.
Get hand over here!
I'm not messing around right now. What the? Alright, we need to kill this behemoth first.
Stay back!
Alright, all transport machines killed. This is just a normal Ravager. Have fun with that. Seriously, have fun with that. How did that miss? Oh my gosh, what am I on right now? No! All right.
I gotta check on Beta and Varl.
Boom. Not too bad. Not too bad, Crimson Knights. Pretty happy with that. All right, let's look around for any loot that we've earned. The spoils of our victory. So far.
You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. My stash later. Deeper into the facility.
Alright, so where... Okay, here's the behemoth that we killed over here, so let's loot him up. Here's the behemoth. What do we get? Crystal braiding, behemoth primary nerve, large machine core. Solid stuff. Force loader. Okay. What's this over here? Yeah, it's just a stockpile. Might be all we really got in terms of stuff that we knocked off and whatnot. All right, so now let's take this moment to restock. You know, recraft some of the stuff we need. Oh, I need more blast paste.
Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Varl.
All my life.
Okay. Pursue Hephaestus into the cauldron. Alright, I think we're good on meds and everything, so now let's climb up.
Okay, I gotta chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core.
What do we get here? Volatile sludge. Okay, we got more blast paste, so now we can make this. Good. Whoops. Alright, so I'm thinking we don't want to go down there. Just a feeling I have. Don't want to go down there, but I guess we'll have to do this.
I'm gonna reach the other side.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Hold L2, then tap. What? Wait, what was that prompt? What did it just say? Oh, okay, I guess I can just sort of climb up there, huh?
Okay, now how to get up there.
All right, continuing on. Oh my gosh, what is going on here?
It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know.
I don't want to
I'm
know.
gonna shut
What
it
are
down.
these things?
I bet
Is
those
there anything I can
carriers are the
scan
ones
before I
Fred's
jump
getting
down?
materials from.
It's like, no.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Okay. Festus is hiding here. Follow the conveyors. I can pretty much guarantee that some sort of machines are gonna pop out on me here. Alright, the conveyors are going this way, so let's head in here.
I gotta find where Festus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Okay, so let's head up
Eli?
here, and we're just kind of exploring, trying to figure out where to go.
Components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to
The power node. I think that could work.
Oh, okay.
Should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Got it! Just gonna hang on here. Get me into this chamber.
Just a little one. Okay. How to drive Festus out of here?
There should be a node you can override near the central platform.
I'm gonna have to jump down on this guy and kill him.
I should deal with these machines first.
Apex meat flashers. Ow. Alright, I killed this one, but then another one just popped out of nowhere. Oh, it's not a lethal. Oh gosh, okay, now we're in trouble. Let's move. We're not in a good spot here. Ow. I'm trying to get away, but I'm just like stuck. There we go. Critical strike. A couple extra hits should do the trick. All right. Took care of these dudes. Feel pretty good. Glow blast. All right, let's get some more meds too. Got to keep our meds up, definitely. Approach the long leg. I think maybe we knocked this thing off, a wing burner. A lot of creepy noises going on right now. Take all the meds we can get. Dogpole said, so are we at the end of the game? Not quite. We're coming into the final missions. But after this, there's kind of an interlude mission that should be relatively short. And then there's 2 more main missions. So still got probably a couple more streams left to finish this game. But we're definitely coming into the final bits of the main story of this game. But you can definitely feel, like, you can feel it. I don't know, maybe you can. I can feel, like, you can feel that we're coming into the closing scenes of this game. Not quite yet, but we're getting there. All right. So now let's head over, override the network uplink, all right? Let's go do this. See what's in here. Some more, like, not really secret, but secret loot. Some of the scenery in this game sometimes almost reminds me of Destiny 2, like kind of these triangular, like, doorways and things like that. All right, let's override the network uplink. Activating countermeasures, deploying secondary defenses. Okay.
Oh, great. More machines on the way.
What is
Beta,
this thing? A Grimhorn?
Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
That acid ought to hurt it.
Okay, we fell off. That's okay. This is fine. But let's also run. So run. How am I missing? What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! That was the luckiest little, like, machine in the world. I guess the distance is just kind of weird to hit these guys. There we go. Oh, jeez.
Exciting.
Okay, cool. Alright, can I, like, run faster than this thing or something, please? The heck? Alright, let's attack this. Actually, I don't know. What should I even attack this guy with? He's weak. Let's hit him with this.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Festus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice.
Now let's collect all of our loot again. I knocked a bunch of things off of this guy. Leap Lasher Power Cell, okay. Nice. I want what's mine. Hair Pod. Low Blast. I mean, there's stuff everywhere right now. Oh, I don't need this, though. That could have been useful before, though. I don't know if I looted everything, but guess maybe I did. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Whatever. It's fine. Override the network. Here we go. Okay. Go to the second cauldron chamber.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Retreating to materials bay is what he just said. This is another heavy weapon cluster launcher. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, I can just walk through this thing now. Okay, so it opened this area up. Now we can go to a different area.
Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy, more machines keep coming. Please tell me you're getting close.
Please tell me.
I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Aloy, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity.
Oh my gosh. You could have thought of this yourself. You don't need me, okay? This little brainstorming session. Okay, so where am I supposed to go now? I need to go back over there or what? Maybe, no, I need to go over this way. All right, this is the area that I wasn't in, I believe.
I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
How do I get up there? Right here. Let's go! This is fun though. We're fighting some nice big machines. Fun battles. Okay, so now we can do this. Woohoo! Bye bye, little machine. You're 10,000 hearts in the wind. Why isn't this hitting? Where's this other? Okay, here's. Oh, what do we have here? Okay, I just want to scan you. I just want to scan you, please. What do we have? Spike Snout. Seems not good.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
All right. Hit his weak spot, unfortunately. Oh, shoot. Spike Snout. All right, actually, what is this thing like weak to? Explosive? Do I have that? Let's hit him with this. Eat that, bro. Eat that. Boom. Ow. Oh gosh, there's another one of these things too. Alright, got him. Now we just got this watcher, that's easy.
Down it goes.
Critical hit. Oh gosh. Nope, there's another thing left. What is this thing? Apex Claw Strider, okay. Probably not gonna be happy that we broke off his tail. Have fun with that. Boom, critical hit. All right. I feel like we did that pretty well, guys. I feel pretty good about that.
Good work.
We used a relatively good bit of tools there. That was pretty fun. Like 3 different waves of machines came through.
It should hide me for a while.
All right, as usual, let's get our loot. Get what's ours. Lots of good stuff. I mean, hopefully, when we come out of here, hopefully we'll have plenty of things that we can craft and upgrade from all these nice battles that we're doing. Things to buy. Hopefully we'll be set up pretty nice. Alright, so I can go in those tunnels. First, again, let's just make sure that we've got as many meds and whatnot as we can have. I guess if I had done this, I guess this was just like, in terms of the battles, I could have like hidden in there. I didn't even realize that those tunnels were there though. I didn't even realize that was an option. I felt like I was kind of stuck to the ground. That's fine. I had fun with those battles, so I'm not even mad about it. All right, let's override this thing. Here we go. Oh no, that's... Come on. Obviously, this is what I wanted to do. All right, retreating to Construction Bay 1, so now we have to go back to the assembly chamber.
This is running out of places to hide.
Now, this might be interesting because I'm guessing we're gonna have to fight some giant new machine that he created.
Surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Yeah, something big is happening.
Everything's glowing.
Machine Hephaestus was building. It must have finished it.
Powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No, Vader. Just stay where you are, okay?
Alright, guys, here we go.
Be safe.
Let's see what we got. Okay, what is this? A slaughter spine, okay.
Its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up.
Huh. Charging up, huh?
Finished charging. It's covered in plasma.
Oh my gosh, what the heck? Its tail is kind of hard to hit. Yeah, uh-oh. We could be in a little trouble here. Alright. No!
It got plasma on me. It's gonna explode any second.
Dang it, man, it exploded. Oh, shoot.
It's charging up again.
Alright, let's see. Does it tell me, like, what this thing is weak to? Looks like maybe this? Oh, okay. Alright. Stay away from me!
Maybe purge water.
How do you hit the tail, man? Dang. How do you hit the tail? I didn't even hit him that time. That's painful. All right. I don't know. I mean, I hit him with a bunch of purge water, but all right. There's other points we can hit, like this thing on his leg. If I can hit that. Can't even hit that though. Oh, shoot. need to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to run. Oh, I finally hit his tail and nothing even happened. What is happening right now? Ooh, that did some damage. There we go. Alright, let's hit him with Purge Water again. And then let's hit him with one of these, because I just love them. Eat that, bro. Peace out.
You did it! There should be one more note to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
Leveled up too. Awesome. All right, not too bad. Not the fanciest, but that was a pretty cool hit to end on, wasn't it? Yeah, Dogpool liked it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It was so hard. Like, I feel like his weak spot was the tail, but I could not hit it for the life of me. Dogpool, just get screened again. That was a badass hit. Okay. That didn't deserve to be screened. I'll say that. Streamlabs shouldn't have screened that one. For once, Dogpool, I'm on your side. All right. Now, if that doesn't get screened, then I don't even understand what Streamlabs... Oh, yep, there it is. Alright. Now let's override this. Third time's a charm as always, hopefully.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Override tool recharging. Alright. Return to Beta and Varl. It says retreating to facility core.
Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta.
Hey, Hunter, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Are you a friend of Dogpool's? I guess he just said, who are you? So that's maybe answers that question. All right, so we're going back to Beta.
The bypass is done.
Talk to her, see if we can trap Hephaestus.
We're stable.
There we go. Completed main
Hephaestus
quest
is 100%
Gemini.
contained.
And we better get started with the merge.
It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done. Who are you? Hunter says, Hunter. Good answer.
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code.
Okay,
Carefully.
now all we have to do is do some basic programming for the next 4.5 hours. Just grab the red ones and get them out, right? Looks like they're doing some weird interpretive dance. That was not 4.5 hours, okay? They definitely sped things up there. Aw, it's a little flying machine. I don't know why, though. Oh, is that Hephaestus? Uh-oh.
Well, hello.
Oh, the Zeniths are here.
You've cost us quite a lot.
This is Gerard. Dang.
Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Okay, are we gonna have to have another boss battle, or are we just gonna, like... Nice shot, Varl. Don't mess with Varl.
Ooh! Get behind me.
Come on, quit screwing around.
Now we're having fun, right?
No. She couldn't do it. She didn't kill her.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
Maybe go over to Varl and see if you can help him? I mean, he might not be dead yet.
Is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her! I can't even...
Tilda! Tilda might be helping us. She said all's not lost, and she has a white suit instead of, you know, a black suit, so maybe that means she's good.
Beta. Varl.
Come on, Varl's gotta be alive. She healed him, right? I'd have a hard time believing they're actually gonna kill Varl. I just don't think they would.
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal
What do you
of
think,
pain.
Knights?
I can assure
You think he's
that
dead or
we're safe.
alive?
The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay.
Okay. New interlude, All That Remains.
Why did Tilda bring me here?
Now let's explore this area. There might not be much to explore, honestly. Like we can go off to this little side room.
Some kind of survival bunker.
Got like art and stuff in here.
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a
Woman
look.
reading a letter.
I I'm curious to hear
Woman
your
reading
impressions.
music.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain.
Jeremiah lamenting the destruction of Jerusalem.
This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. My favorite pairing on the left is woman reading a letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, woman reading music.
Interesting.
Which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later.
Alright, let's take a look at this one. Celine and Endymion.
Celine and Endymion.
Endymion.
She's the goddess of the moon.
The
Whereas
goddess
he's
of the moon.
shepherd.
A crimson moon?
Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn.
Rembrandt's son Titus in a monk's habit.
A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Alright. Oh, look at this giant one. The Night Watch. Really likes Rembrandt,
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
Alright. A ship on the high seas caught by a squall. I feel like I've actually seen this painting.
The Gust. By Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
You know, when I was growing up, sometimes my parents never really did museums, at least not like paintings and stuff like that. But my friend's mom did, and you know, a lot of them I didn't really appreciate at the time. But now that I'm getting older, going to like a museum and looking at paintings, you know, there's a lot of stuff. It's like, doesn't really do it for me, but there's a lot of stuff that really does like evoke emotions or just very interesting to look at. And there's something about going to an actual museum, seeing like the the actual physical paintings or sculptures or whatever, and the history that's imbued with that, it's different than just seeing it on a screen, you know?
A lot of weight on his shoulders.
What's this? Lidded ewer for the Amsterdam Goldsmiths Guild.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings were the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
How come it looks gold,
Yes.
though?
Such beauty from sorrow.
Alright, how about this one? What do we have here? Frenzy.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
Nose is suddenly running. It's a little bit. All right. Continuing on up the stairs.
Done so soon?
I've got more important things.
Done so soon. I looked at literally every piece.
There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Zeniths.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron?
Yeah, I'm not feeling great because my friend's dead.
And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta.
Oh, that's right. She was secretly meeting with Beta. That's why we knew that maybe she could turn.
Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down.
She says that Aloy has accomplished more than she has, and yet she's literally has like a force field. She's been to another galaxy.
Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us humans.
So many good shots right now.
This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge.
Yeah, we'd like to have that, actually.
With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tanakh capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While
Convenient.
Silence and my friends are busy battling each other. We'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
Okay, so now we have a whole set of things we can talk about. Am I gonna finish tonight? No, I think what we'll do is we're gonna finish this this interlude that we're in right now, and then we will finish the main story this week, though. Possibly on Wednesday. We'll see how long. I just don't know how long these missions will take, because after this interlude, there's 2 main story missions left. On average, these main story missions seem to take about 2 hours, so I'm thinking that a 4-hour stream would probably be enough, but it's possible that this game will finish it up on Friday. Either way, we're going to finish it this week. But for tonight, let's just finish this interlude. And maybe a little more, we'll see. But probably not into the next main story mission.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Dogpool said, what's with the little force field around her? Yeah, so basically, not only did they find a way to, you know, cryogenically make themselves basically immortal, but they also developed personal shields that seem to withstand pretty much everything. So they live forever, and they have a shield that can't be destroyed, except for this guy Silence did develop a way to, like, get through the shield and actually kill a Zenith. So that's what we were just talking about. We're gonna try to make it possible to break their shields and kill these Zeniths once and for all. Did I get rid of that guy? I was about to, but he seemed to just disappear. A lot of times, like, trolls, people like that, you know, it's not always clear, you know, what people's intentions are when they come into chat. So I'll usually kind of just wait and ignore them or see what happens. But you know, if they seem to be trolls or whatever, then I will get rid of them. But in his case, he just kind of left, so whatever.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh.
It looks like she's literally in like a bubble, you know, from like dishwasher soap or something.
But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
Don't worry, Dogpool. I was never actually close to banning you. I knew you came in with, you know, Sabisachi and Crossplay Gaming Crew, so I knew you were a good guy.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now, finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Farzinith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
All right. How about Beta? Tell me about her.
Urgent danger. So what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes.
Can you imagine living for 1,000 years?
A chance to be ourselves.
Knowing somebody for 1,000 years?
Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Do we trust this person? Seems a little sus, right? A little bit sus. Probably trustworthy, though, but maybe we should ban her. It's unclear.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm.
Seems like it didn't weather the storm so good.
Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true.
What happened to the colony? Yeah, tell me.
A planet in the Sirius star
planet
system.
in the Sirius system.
We spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth. The only safe
So she escaped a catastrophic geological event twice.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines,
painting
only a
metaphor.
blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What
Tell me about the
exactly
base.
is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing.
I wonder where this actually is on the map.
The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work.
I feel like that's going to be an important detail. How did he figure out how to break through these shields?
Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
Aww.
I'm not asking about me.
Thanks.
Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
Okay.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what?
Why did you like her so much?
Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
You just gotta open up and have friends, Aloy. All right, let's move on. There must be another way.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
You've already lived 1,000 years. What do you need to live any more for?
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
That's nice.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
Tricky, tricky.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
What are they saying?
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
I feel like Beta's gonna die. If they kill Varl, they gotta kill Beta too.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Sylens' only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Except that she's definitely hacked our new focus.
And what are those?
She could just look up what we said.
And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth.
Ooh, what is it?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise.
Okay. Okay, thanks for the tip.
So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Sylens to the table.
Not if. When.
Completed
Aaron,
interlude.
are you
All
there?
that remains.
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all...
New main quest, The Wings of the Ten.
We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Alright. Let's explore around here for a second. We got Sterling Malkeith's Weiss Enigma. All the makings of the next big thing, a much ballyhooed acquisition from an art historian turned technologist no less, bleeding edge science, and a great narrative to boot. The application was called Why Sit, after Young Christ in the Temple, a well-known Vermeer forgery. By creating perfect holographic scans of individual layers of a painting and comparing them to a vast library of artistic works, it was able to identify fakes with an unprecedented level of accuracy. But it was clear to Sterling executives that the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications outside of the art world. As a tool for security, counter-surveillance, or digital authentication, it could prove just as revolutionary as it had in its intended role, which is why they were willing to sign a 9-figure agreement for it, blasting news of the deal to every outlet in the tech media. 2 years later, the project collapsed in a chaotic jumble of lawsuits, recriminations, and accusations of sabotage. So what went wrong? Who was responsible? And most importantly, what happened to the underlying technology, which by all accounts was far more powerful than the vaporware label applied by disgraced executives? All right, let's go upstairs. Seems like there's some loot
Just to
up
let
here
you
for
know,
me.
I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces.
Oh, I see.
Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Okay, so now I'm on the roof of this thing, but how do I get to the middle level? Now it's like we're dying light. Where actually are we? Okay, we're kind of like, yeah. Outside of San Francisco, essentially. Another little data point. Retrospective, Rotterdam 2033. Cyber attack by far-right anti-migrant group Purity Action Europe reversed key instructions of the city's new storm surge barriers, rendering them fully open during a massive extratropical cyclone. The resulting flood cascaded through the city in a matter of minutes, effectively wiping it from the face of the earth. I was one of the lucky ones, recalls survivor Tilda van der Meer, who was 8 at the time of the attack. My family was wealthy. We had a watertight vault for some of our most precious belongings. My father locked me inside when he went to look for my mother, so I waited there in silence as the water rose, praying every moment that my parents would return. They never did. As horrible as that sounds, Tilda was lucky indeed. In addition to her parents, the flood killed more than 100,000 people, including approximately 40,000 climate refugees. Well, that's messed up. Can you imagine a terrorist attack that killed 100,000 people? I'm trying to figure out how to get to that other side. Like, how do I get to these other things below? Whoops. Okay, I've falling. Why did she turn on her people? Honestly, I think that's kind of a weak part of this.
Could use purge water against it.
But basically, she's saying that she turned on the other Zeniths because she got Aloy's focus and like learned about Aloy's story. And so saw that like Aloy is an impressive person and felt like they shouldn't just be wiped out. Is basically what she said. So whatever you think of that. How do I get over there though? This is gonna bother me. Can I get in from here somehow or something? We dropped a ledge.
This will break my fall.
No! That is not what I meant to do. Can I please get back up here, please? I'll have to like go up here. Slide back down. And go over here. Drop the ledge. There we go. There we go! Now, after all that, I probably can't even... Is this something that I can open? Is this a flower? Yeah, it's a metal flower, except I can't open it? No, maybe I hit it? Just hit it. I thought there'd be like more of a button to press. what did that do? Okay, so I hit the metal flower, it opens up this area. And I just get 2 chests, and that's it? Is that the whole point of that? Like, kind of disappointing. Alright. Well, we did the metal flower thing. Okay, and we're level 31, coming up quickly on level 32. I think we were saying I should work on my hunter skills next. Valor Surge Master. Alright, because what else could we get here? We could get stamina regen. Heavy weapon, we don't really need that. We could do this. Stamina regen. What is this? Workbench expert. That doesn't really matter that much, but Valor Surge Master. What are we trying to get to? Concentration plus. Ammo expert would be good. Concentration regen would also be good. I don't know, I guess we can go over to here. Alright. We'll get to level 32 soon enough, and then we'll be able to, you know, get more things on this skill tree. Apparently in this game, in terms of side quests and errands and things like that, there's actually about 50 total. Which, you know, 50's a lot, but on the other hand, it's not, you know, it's not hundreds. So I feel like that is actually somewhat doable, you know? It'd be fun to go back and kind of clear the map once we beat the game. I mean, we could clear it beforehand, but I kind of want to just... I want to beat the main story. We could always go back and work on some map clearing and stuff like that and see what kind of abilities and other stuff we could discover in this game. I wonder, it looks like the base... I think the Zenith base must be down here in this section right here where we haven't gone yet. That's where the Zenith base is. And there's a cauldron here. Tide Ripper site. All right. Let's go up and over this mountain. I guess I could have just maybe said hill, not really a full mountain. All right, get a manual save in. It's always kind of interesting to look at how long we've been playing this game at this point. So that puts us at 38 hours. Very cool, very cool. All right, I feel like that's a good stopping point for tonight. We got through the Gemini mission and we got through the All That Remains interlude. Got some really fun battles in and a lot of really interesting kind of story to progress. So I'll be back on Wednesday night and we're gonna just keep going with Horizon Forbidden West. Like I say, there's 2 main story quests left, so it's possible that on Wednesday night we'll finish this game. But if we don't finish it on Wednesday, we will definitely finish it on Friday. But yeah, we'll kind of see how long it takes to get through the missions on Wednesday night and how we're feeling. But I feel like it's possible that we might push through and just try to beat it on Wednesday. So we'll see. We'll see. But Dogpool, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying this game. I'm excited to see how it all ends. I really can't believe that they killed Varl. And like, maybe they'll give him some kind of like proper funeral and whatnot, I guess, when we get back to base and explain what happened and all that. But so far it just feels a little bit like, wow, like Varl's dead and we really haven't even like processed that or dealt with that in the game. But man, I can't believe they killed Varl. Young guy, you know, fallen in love, had dreams and plans for the future, and they just cut it short. That's tough, man. But thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking the video. Have a good next couple days, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon on Wednesday night. Bye, guys.